Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the VR Talk Show podcast. As always, oh, God, I already messed up. AgentReaperVR as your host. And on to my right, instead of my left this time, is Passion. Usually we have our friends with us in these kinds of talks.
I get to be in the BBC this time. Holy shit! I get to be in the bean chair.
This is unprecedented.
I get to see the majesty that is the BBC.
Yeah, you get to sit on the BBC.
Yeah.
Is it all that cracked up to be?
It's very squishy.
I'm trying to make it sound dirty.
What else would you expect? What else would you expect? It's a chair made of beans. Why would it not be squishy?
But the people who are listening to this podcast on Spotify don't know what it looks like. So when you hear BBC, you're thinking of something else.
I guess you'll just have to go on Reaper's YouTube for the podcast and see it and subscribe, huh?
Yes.
They should go and subscribe, shouldn't they?
Yes. The VR Talk Show podcast on YouTube. It's separate from my main YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Do you have it added in your channel section of your main one though?
Yeah, I do. I even post a link to it in the description.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm just gonna slip and slide on this BBC while you do your intro.
Oh my God.
This is why do you? I think you're asking yourself now. Why do you invite me on this podcast? Why do you invite me again?
Because this was your topic. You picked this topic.
Yes, it was. What is the topic? May I ask?
All right, so the topic for this discussion, I can't even speak now because of laughter, is families, specifically the families you create in VRChat. Or on Discord, or on Twitter, or on Reddit, or whatever you do to create these families. So, in VRChat, you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, hang out with whoever from around the world. That's awesome. We all know that. We all enjoy it.
Yeah. We
get to meet new people every day. If we go to a public world, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. So sometimes people create a special type of group. Not like the special type of group our group has, where it's just a group of friends.
Our friend group is certainly special.
Yes. But not that special to be on the short bus.
Right. Although sometimes I question that.
I question it every day. Anyway, so these special groups are families that they create. Sometimes they create these families because of some sort of connection they have with certain individuals that they meet. I would assume if maybe a teenager went up to someone that was older, maybe in their mid-20s, and possibly could see them as an older brother or older sister or something like that, or as the father figure that they never had. Because let's face it, some people either have fathers or don't have fathers, or have fathers that are really shitty and just wants to have one that actually cares And sometimes there are people in VRChat that can fill that void. So usually these groups get together just to comfort each other, just to make their lives a little bit more better. Right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't work out, and sometimes family can work against each other. Like,
I think it's also a good distinction to make that some people, like, and this is something I've learned, is that some people treat these VRChat families as more of kind of like a role play thing. Like, it's not super serious. It's just a bunch of friends just getting together, and they'll just call each other mom or dad or brother or sister or aunt or something like that. Like, it's kind of like a loose role play thing. While so you have the group that does that, but then you have like a separate group that does take it a lot more serious and actually views these people as their adopted family of sorts. And I have plenty of my own opinions. It's kind of why I wanted to do this podcast topic. But I'll let Reaper kind of get all of his stuff out and then go over what I think about the whole thing. But I just wanted to make that distinction, that clarification.
Yeah, and Passion is right. There are people that will call their friends either mom, dad, bro, sis, auntie, uncle. I haven't heard no one say grandpa or grandma or anything like that.
I have.
I haven't yet, but
I have.
It's not uncommon to hear that.
Maybe
when
not
you go
in that context, but
yeah, well, it's not that uncommon to hear someone say stuff like that in a public instance. Like if you're in the Black Cat, the Great Pug, or some other lounge world where you can just chill and vibe and just talk to people or just watch movies or listen to music. It's not that uncommon. Just don't question it. Just be friendly with them. Don't provoke them in any way, because if you provoke if you provoke someone that's the child of someone, they're going to take offense to it and they're going to be all up in your face. I'm not saying that from experience, but it has happened. And usually those people would have client accounts that would crash you. Yes, I did watch like a YouTube video of it. Like someone was in the Black Cat. They hung out with this person, and then this person is like, "Oh, that's my mom." Like, "Oh, your mom? Okay." Yeah, and it's like, "Oh, hey, sweetie, Daddy's over there." And then you see Daddy over there, and then he comes up to the guy that was hanging out with his child. I wish I could do air quotes with these things.
Right?
I don't want to like do it, and then all of a sudden I click one of these buttons over here, like we did like I
not only that, but when you do it, you accidentally flip people off when you do that too.
I know, like it doesn't do it like right away. Look, see, I'm kind of doing it, but then at the same time I'm doing like a delay middle finger.
Right.
Anyway.
But yeah, anyways.
So the father comes up to the guy and he's like, "Oh, so you hanged out with my daughter?" Like, "Yeah, I hung out with her until her mother showed up." "Oh, well, that's great." So this guy took it way too serious as the overprotective father. So, like Passion said, some people take it a little to the extreme. So what this guy did was he changed his avatar, which was just a normal emo cat boy kind of looking
like
thing, I think.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah, a little bit. So into like this like armored android cyborg thingy that was playing like freaking music, and it had like a rail gun with a laser pointer at him, and he was like ready to shoot him. And obviously this was like a clan account, so this guy was ready to crash this guy. So you know what the guy did?
Mm-hmm.
He blocked the avatar.
Mm.
He saved himself from getting crashed.
Smart thinking.
So,
But yeah.
if you are one of those overprotective people here on VRChat, don't do what that guy was about to do. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
From what I saw from the video, they were being nice. They played with the kid. Or I keep saying it was
Quote
a
unquote
kid. But they claim that they were a kid. I mean, they're wearing like a small avatar. You know, the little tiny ones that are like up to your shin.
They like the Con-chan little like lolly things.
Yeah, like the little chibi stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just like someone in their 20s or something like that, just being a little cutesy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Not everyone on VRChat is an asshole. I can be an asshole at times, but
yeah.
I'm mostly nice all the time.
True.
Like, when I first started VRChat, I really didn't know no one, and I didn't talk to no one. And then when I was playing a game, I had this one random small person that came up to me, and they were quiet. They were a selective mute at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Only because they were having sore throat, so they didn't want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So they came up to me and they wanted like head pats, so I gave them head pats.
Mm-hmm.
So for the next coming up 2 years, that small person has been hanging out with me, but they don't go on VRChat anymore. Because well, this is another topic I want to do next time. VRChat relationships.
Yeah, we could definitely get like a big thing out of that.
We can probably do that next time. But yeah, so so they had a bad experience with a relationship here on VRChat, and we'll talk more about that later on. But you know how sometimes that you want to help out the person because they're feeling down? I pretty much did that, and I kind of became like a father figure for this person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so they're doing better. They're actually making their own video game now. Granted, it is a Roblox game that they're creating.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at what is it like Doors in Roblox? Like that's a Roblox game, and that's like really taken off and like kind of, you know, grown outside of Roblox in terms of like popularity. So
so there is a Roblox game
started,
called Shatter Souls. It's pretty much like it's like Undertale mix, but it's more fighting.
Mm-hmm.
They're so freaking good at that game. Like they even met and played with the #1 person of that game too.
Ooh.
Yeah, she got really hyped for it. So now she wants to create her own Roblox game, and it's been trial and error. But she's been doing good. She even sends me like little updates of what she's been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been trying to get back on VR.
That's good.
And I think her birthday's coming up soon too.
Although I also want to be clear, like neither Reaper or I are in one of these VRChat families. We know people who are, but yeah, neither of us are involved in this kind of stuff. I mean, apart from you saying, like, you know, you had this person who kind of saw you like a father figure, but
Well, they didn't
I don't think
see
that was
me
an
as
official
a father
VRChat
figure.
family,
They
was
saw
it?
me as a friend. I just kind of viewed it as me kind of being like a father figure to them because they grew up without having a dad.
That's a good segue into giving my thoughts about this whole topic. I I do believe. Um,
Take it away.
so, okay, so on one, like, obviously, if you're part of like the former group where it's kind of just like a fun thing with friends and you just treat each other like friends and you kind of do it kind of jokingly almost, where it's not a very serious thing. It doesn't necessarily have to apply to you, but for me personally, a lot of the VRChat families that I've seen are like the latter category where it is a lot more serious. And just based on the few that I've seen, it's very obvious that a lot of these VRChat families kind of come together because they all have this kind of shared familial trauma, like in their real lives. Like pretty much everyone I've known who is in a VR chat family has a bad family life in real life, and they kind of bond over that, and that's why they start these VR chat families as a way to give each other the kind of life that they never really had in VR.
Yeah.
But on the downside of that is a lot of these people are, one, typically younger. I mean, yes, me and Agent aren't particularly that old either, but it tends to lean towards, you know, like the teenagers and like maybe early 20s that of people that get involved in this. And they, you know, they get together and form these VR chat families. But the problem that I see is that, one, of course, like I say, they're young and they're not really experienced. They don't have a whole lot of life experience to do this with. But also, more importantly, is that they don't have the familial experience. They don't necessarily know how to be a good mother, father, brother, sister, or whatever, because their real lives don't reflect that. They've never had that, so how could they possibly give that to someone else if they have never had it? And what you'll get is from my perspective anyway, these VR chat families just end up breeding drama because it's a bunch of people who are broken by trauma and can't really help each other in the way that they want to, and like I say, it just kind of breeds drama because they can't. You can't expect people who are traumatized to heal each other's trauma. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that whole thing kind of makes it so these families end up breeding drama. And the one thing that also kind of ties us back around together is, yeah, they don't know how to really take care of each other and really help each other the way that they probably need. But also, as you mentioned with the whole story of that video of like the father getting all like protective, so to speak, is that it's kind of almost like a gang in a sense.
Somewhat.
Where they kind of they're
It's
they
kind
all
of like a
band
support
together,
group
and whenever
almost.
whenever there is an issue with a particular person, as Agent Story kind of brought up, you're not just dealing with that one person, you're dealing with the whole family. And they all come after you. As some kind of like maybe sign of solidarity, I guess. But
it almost sounds like we're talking about the
in
mafia.
the end, like, I know, right? Hey, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. But yeah, like, you know, that's why I've never really got on board with the whole VRChat family thing, is that it seems to me like it's a bunch of broken people trying and failing to help other broken people, while at the same time causing drama, because another thing is they also kind of maybe expect too much out of each other. They expect like their mother or their father or brother or sister to be more of that like kind of role, and because of their own traumas and experiences they can't do that. So I think that kind of also breeds kind of, you know, problems and resentment, and again just generally just starts drama. And I've just never got the appeal of it, and maybe it's because I obviously I haven't had the best home life, but I wouldn't say that it's necessarily as traumatic as some of the things I know other people have been through. And the empathetic part of me, like, you know, gets it and doesn't want to put them down for wanting a better home life, because obviously people get on VRChat for fun, right? They get away on VRChat as an escape. And if one of the things you're trying to escape from is like an abusive mother or father or uncle or whatever, like obviously you're going to want a more positive figure in that role. So why not VRChat? But again, it tends to be where these VRChat families are not comprised of people who actually can help you through that. It's just other people with this trauma that you bond with over the trauma. And that doesn't necessarily breed a helpful environment. But
don't get us wrong.
What do you think, Reaper?
Don't get us wrong. We know some people that are in like these VR families. We don't want to put them down because we are friends with them. We do want them to be happy. We don't want to bring them down and bring more depression into their lives. That whatever was the original case was. Sometimes we do want to help them, but sometimes it gets a little too much, and sometimes we kind of have to step away for ourselves.
I think what I'm trying to also kind of bring about is that because we do want to help these people, I don't know, for me personally, it feels like that VRChat family unit is doing more harm than good. Like, they may have gotten into it for support, but in the end, it just people in the family have problems with other people in the family, or again, you'll have outsiders who try to hang out or do this or say this or that to someone, and it gets taken the wrong way or whatever, and then again, you have the whole family just kind of dogpiling on this person. And I think that there are better routes for treatment with that kind of thing and help than a VRChat family. I feel like a VRChat family is more detrimental to the mental health of that person than it is helpful. I don't know what you think.
Well, sometimes it can work as long as you have the right people in it, but sometimes it might not work. Like Passion was saying, maybe let's say I was in one of these VR families, and I brought someone from the outside, and I introduced them as my girlfriend, which I wish I had one. And shut up, all right?
I didn't say anything.
You giggled, all right? And you're still giggling.
I was just about to say though, like you could leave your contact information in the video and you might get one.
Anyway, so I introduce him to the family. Let's say there's one person in my family that didn't like this person I brought in. And then that person probably spreads rumors saying like, oh, I keep on getting like these messages from this person. I don't feel comfortable about it. Or maybe that person comes to me and saying, hey, I've been noticing that your girlfriend's been hanging out with this person a lot often. I don't know what's going on there. It can take one person in your family to cause so much toxicity and then turn everyone against that one person that was an outsider to your family that you wanted to bring in, and then you ending up pushing them away.
Because again, it's like in that quest for solidarity, it ends up just turning the solidarity into just being toxic.
But then there could be the person that you did bring from outside, and then them actually causing all this toxicity by them doing stuff that the group doesn't like. So it can go either way. Nothing's the same when it comes to a VR family, because there's different scenarios or different situations that could happen at any given point of time. But usually when you're a family, and this is going off speculation, you rather keep that family close and not bring no one else in. You might bring a friend to hang out once in a while, but they won't be part of the family.
Yeah, I know it may come off as like, you know, oh well, you don't really get it because, you know, you're not in a VRChat family, you don't get it. I mean, I understand why people get into them, because and why it can't just be, oh well, I have a big friend group that I hang out with, because again, many of these people in these VRChat families, their real life families suck and are abusive or in either physically, emotionally, sexually, whatever, and they're looking for that escape to a better family. But and it could be done. Theoretically, yes, you could have a better familial unit in VRChat than you have in real life. But from my experience, that tends to not be who these people gravitate towards. It's not people who are well put together and can provide those like kind of roles that this person is needing in their life. It's other broken people also looking for those roles. And that tends to just, you know, you don't really know how to help each other in the end, and it may cause more problems than it solves. But that's my piece on it.
So try to think of a jigsaw puzzle, and you're trying to complete this picture, but you can't complete it because all the pieces are broken. Trying to find one piece or pieces that can fit to make this picture complete is almost impossible to do. So if you create a family, a VR family, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, not because you want a support group for everyone having the same type of issue.
Yeah.
Because then whatever that issue is not going to get solved. But
well, one thing that I could suggest, just to make this not so like doom speak, just to not like make this such like a depressing thing.
No,
give some,
we don't
like,
want to do
advice
that.
potentially. Is if you're trying to build a VRChat family, like look for people who, are well put together, who don't have the same kind of issues that you do, and even better, try to find people who are already filling that role in real life. Like, you have a really shitty, abusive father, and you want a good, supportive, caring father. Find someone in VRChat who is a good, supporting father in real life. I guess is the main point I want to get across, is that you're better off with that than you are with someone else who also has a really shitty, abusive father.
Yes. You should look for someone to help fill the void. That way you can try to mend it. Don't try to look for other people that have the same issue that you can just get close together and kind of protect one another, but not actually heal.
Exactly.
But this is our thinking. This is our free thinking. We're not therapists.
No.
I mean, I do know a social worker. She might weigh in on this. Actually, you know her. You know her too.
Maybe we can bring her on the podcast at some point and have her kind of weigh in. Maybe we won't do a whole like second
she
part
wants
of this,
to get on the
we
podcast,
can, like, have her...
but when we record, it's not a good time. I mean, she lives in the same state as Nord, but because of like work and other stuff, she can't get on VRChat right away.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we do ever get her on, like, say, we don't have to do a whole second part of this, but we can maybe, like, tack it on a little bit just to get her kind of thoughts on it, to whatever topic we're doing.
Yeah. She probably...
If we ever do get her on the podcast.
If she's listening to this, she probably knows that we're talking about her. And... Hi, Mickey. I know you're going to hate me after seeing this. Or listening to this. But yeah, so
holy crap, I think we've been going for maybe not quite an hour, but
maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. But anyway,
it maybe yeah. Anything else you want to add to this, Reaper?
Yeah. So now we're gonna move to a different part of the topic. So you know how kids like to get together and just hang out and crap like that, right? Yes. So there are kids in VRChat that will make VRChat families. Like there'll be someone who's mom, dad, brother, sister. There'll actually be someone who's the dog.
Oh my god, the dog.
Jesus
Christ.
Yes. So, I mean, yes, it's just fun and games for the kids. And doing that has been done for years, way before VRChat was even a thought.
Playing house.
Yes, it's playing house. That's pretty much what they were doing.
Era.
Yeah. Just with expensive technology on your face.
Yeah.
And with actual stuff you can use to make a home. Instead of like a little instead of a little crappy playhouse that you put in your backyard.
That's wild. That's wild to think about, though. Like the fact that kids can, like, we went from like our generation would like get like little doll houses and like
I never had a doll house.
Toy like Barbies and stuff. Well, neither did I, but I'm just saying. Like,
okay, I was gonna say, wow,
like,
your parents gave you a dollhouse? Jesus.
No, but like
I know you're gender fluid, but goddamn.
Funny story, a little bit of sidetrack. One time I had a birthday party, and because I was big into Powerpuff Girls, and my parents got me like a little like Blossom toy, and none of my friends knew that I liked Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, come
So
on.
I was
Powerpuff Girls
so
was
fucking
awesome.
embarrassed. Well, yeah, now people accept that Powerpuff Girls is awesome, but back then, like, Powerpuff Girls was for girls. So,
No, I liked it because of all the
when
action. I liked it because they beat the shit out of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, well, like I say, it's more accepted now, but back then, it really wasn't. And I was so fucking embarrassed that I gotta.
Well, a lot
go
of the
out and
stuff
toy in
that
front of
they
all my friends.
advertised was for girls, but I loved the TV show. It was awesome. It was violent.
I loved it too. Oh yeah, it was dark too. It was dark at times.
Cartoons back then growing up was awesome. Not like nowadays.
Yeah, nothing like you dang fangled kids with your Insta tweets and your Facebergs.
Okay,
and
you're just
all
trying.
that.
You're trying too hard right now.
Oh, where are we going with this? Oh yeah, like playing house. So it's really just fascinating though to think that we've gone from that with like kids playing and just imagining with like dollhouses and little toys to now they can step into virtual reality in a house that they built using Unity with other people in avatars and like do this in like it almost feels like real life.
Oh yeah, there are kids
that is
that create
wild to
their
think
own
about.
worlds too. That's the crazy part.
Oh yeah, it's just wild to think about though that we're at that point where kids can do that and play anything they wanted to. Like they don't even necessarily need their imagination anymore. They can just step into VR and realize their imagination.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yet they still don't know how to dial a what's it called, a rotor phone?
A rotary phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, a rotary phone.
Oh, I watched so many failed
and a VCR,
failed
A
videos.
lot of them don't know what a VCR is either. Make me feel old.
It's gotten to that point where they're gonna be saying, "What's a DVD player?"
Oh my god, I'm gonna.
It's getting to that point. It's getting to that point.
Really? They're starting to label. What's this? What's the DVD? I mean, if you're one of the kids that are like playing house and it's just playing, and it's not like a serious thing, I personally don't have a problem with that.
No, I don't have a problem with that either.
Like-
I have no problem with these VR families as long as it's not gonna cause drama for everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as long as it's not going to further hurt the people that are in them too, because like I say, like it may not be the most healthy kind of environment when everyone in your family is broken.
Right.
And so it's got to be like Reaper said, finding the right people.
I mean, you do want to surround yourself with people who are well put together that can help you out when you need it. Like, going back to my first friend that I met, Jesus Christ.
Was it a Con-chan?
I got
the really famous little one.
No, so what they were in a Undertale character. They loved Undertale.
Oh.
Okay, they absolutely
Was it
loved
Frisk?
Undertale. I don't know the characters
Frisk
because
is the main character.
I never played Undertale.
I played very little of Undertale. God, we are old. We haven't played
Anyway, so during times of that person going through the breakup, I was gonna save it for the next topic. They would like call me on Discord, and I'm telling you, I was on Discord call for hours with them because of the whole breakup with their VR boyfriend. And
and that's perfectly fine if you're a friend helping out another friend.
And I got.
But I think it wouldn't have been healthy for them to like treat you as their father. That probably would not have been healthy for either of you.
Well, they just needed a friend, and I was there for them.
Yeah.
like I said, they don't see me as a father figure. I kind of put myself in that position just to help support them because I am older than them. And
Yeah.
no, this is not me being a pedo. This is not me grooming. This is me being myself, being a caring person. The person I met, when I first met them, they were 14. Now they're 16. They're in high school. They have problems in high school. They're having problems at home because this person is also a transgender.
Ah, yeah, that's makes it hard.
Yes. So for a
If you want to hear our thoughts about kids in VRChat, check out one of the last episodes we just did.
Well, we never actually talked about transgender kids.
No, but I kind of
that can be like another episode. But yeah,
that can be a whole LGBT and VR and stuff like that. We can do another podcast topic with that.
Oh goddamn, we should have done that for last month, for Pride Month.
Ah, damn. Yeah, we were. God damn, we missed the ball on that, Reaper. We really
did.
missed the ball.
We did.
That.
We missed the recording because either we forgot, we were too busy, or we couldn't think of anything. Our
and it's
our
July
brains
1st
were
as we record this, so we just missed it.
Yeah. So going back to my friend, I kind of lost track now. Thank you. Yeah, so I care about this person. They're 16 years old now. 16? Are they 16 now? I believe they're going to be 16. Or they're going to be 17. I have no clue. My brain can't think right now.
It's too hot.
We'll blame it on the heat.
Anyway, they're doing well. They haven't been on VR for over a year because that's how long the breakup has been. But I still talk to them on Discord.
Yeah.
And now they have their new thing of learning how to code, which I'm proud of them for doing, because hopefully they can make this a career and maybe go to college for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're gonna want, like, if you have a VRChat family, you're gonna want people who will raise you up, and again, people who are necessarily older, like more well put together, and can help you to achieve greater things rather than just other people to kind of have a pity party with and just commiserate with, because that's not going to help in the long term.
I mean, granted, some of these well put together people have their own shit that they're not well versed in. Sometimes they're also broken, but for a different kind of reason.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, that well put together person can help you out, because hopefully they're kind and understanding and can also support you in your time of need. That's the type of person that you want to be part of your family.
Mm-hmm. And again, it helps if they're already doing that in real life as well. Like, because then they'll have the real life skills to be able to transfer that into VR.
Yeah, VR can help you out with that, but if you don't take what you learned from VR and apply it to the real world, though, let me be perfectly clear, not everything you learn in VR can be translated into the real world. Let's make that perfectly clear.
But I was more referring to, like, people taking their real life experience into VR and not the other way around.
Oh, yeah. Then I just talked out of my ass.
It's alright. I think we all do that. We all do that sometimes. I do that a lot. But, I mean, what you said is true. It's just...
I know.
It's not wrong.
And I'm pretty sure people who have been listening up to this point have been saying, wow, Reaper is kind of a jerk. He keeps on putting these families down. I'm well. Here's the thing. Because of my my IRL job, I have to look at worst case scenarios constantly. So people will say, "Oh, I'm a downer." No, that's me being realistic and thinking about what could possibly happen. If I can think of what could possibly happen, then I can think of how to fix it. So
Yeah.
if I know what could happen, like maybe in the future, or have a guess of what's going to happen in the future, then I can prepare myself to how to fix it.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm kind of putting these families down, but I also want to bring them up because there are families that are good for each other. As long as you have the right people in the right places that can fill in those roles that you're missing in your life.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So,
Well, I don't have anything else to add. I think I've gotten all of what I need to say out.
Well, I guess my last question is: do you think these VR families are a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I think as we've been saying, it kind of really depends. I mean, I think that the way a lot of them are set up now, it's just, broken people all looking for the same thing and trying to find it in each other, and it's not going to happen. And if you're going to do something like a VRChat family, then it's okay if, like, you're broken, but, like, try to find people who aren't, who can, be that rock for you and that supportive person. And I mean, again, if you have the right people in it, then it isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just when a bunch of immature people who are having mental health issues get together and decide and just point at each other and say, "Oh, you're my brother, you're my mother, you're my dad," or whatever. That's when you tend to get problems. And I think that in that case, it's doing more harm than good. In that case,
I think VR families are a good thing, but yeah, like you said, it just depends. Um, yeah, a bunch of broken people can get together, but try to make it so it's not the same thing that you're all broken. Like, and maybe the word broken is a bad word to use because it's probably upsetting some of these listeners.
I don't know how else I would.
Yeah, that's the only word I can think of. So, if us saying broken has upset you, sorry, that's the only word we can think of that best fits this.
I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of, or there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, people, tend to maybe have bad IRL families, and that's very unfortunate, and we're sympathetic to that, absolutely. But it just because you're broken doesn't mean you can't be healed. It's just a matter of finding the right people to heal you.
Yes. And if you can't find those people in VR, there probably is someone out in IRL that can probably help you out. I believe there are social workers that can help you out. If you have any questions, they can probably help you answer it. But sometimes your friends can also help support you because sometimes your friends know you better than you know yourself. Sometimes
that
it doesn't.
Is very true.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work that way, but your friends do want to help you out, and they'll help you out the best way they can. I don't have anything else to say. Do you?
I'm good. I'm good. I think we close it out here.
All right. Well, that's it. All we have for now. Hopefully, we don't get hated after this.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm expecting my Discord to blow up with hate messages from some of the people that we know.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Just know that we did this because some of our recent friends had some issue with VR family, so we're just giving you our
and that's another thing
kind
too,
of
is that
experience with this.
We come at it because we care, not because we don't care.
No, so I said before, you have this entire family going up against this one person, and it's the entire family against this one person. I'm not getting the whole full story, I feel like. But I really don't know. I want everyone to at least be friends at the end of it. But it turns out it might not. It's not going to happen. So I kind of feel bad for this one person that they're not going to be able to be friends with the people they originally made friends with in this group, and the other person that brought them into that group. So maybe over time, it can possibly happen that they do become friendly strangers. Not necessarily friends, but at least enough to like say, "Hey, how's it going?" Like some of the random people that join in when we play game night, and we don't know them, but we're still polite to them. Say, "Hey, how's it going?" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just having a good time playing the game, and then just say, "Hey, that was pretty awesome. Oh, I hate you because you killed me in Among Us," or something like that.
Well, to be fair, you're the one doing all the killing in Among Us.
I used the clip too in my last video. It's from Rick and Morty. The bug guy, the assassin that loves to kill, Michael.
Yeah, time to do some killing, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And none of you guys ever found the bodies either.
No.
Oh. So that was a perfect run. All right.
Go watch it on Agent Reaper's YouTube channel.
Yes. And we're going to close it out right now. So, thank you for watching. Hope we didn't upset you too much. If we did, we do apologize. Just know we're trying to come at you from our point of view, which is a what's the word I'm looking for? A good place, a wholesome place. No, I can't think of the word.
We say all this to
with good intentions,
because we want, with good intentions, and we want people who are feeling this way to find peace and happiness. At the end of the day, that's ultimately what it's about.
Yes. And then we can all enjoy VRChat together.
Absolutely.
All right. So, from Passion and to myself and the friends that could not be here today, thank you for joining us. See you next time. Have a goodbye. I keep messing up. Have a good night. Oh, God. God damn. That's the worst time to mess up. Like, if you're at a football game, you're down to the last seconds, you're running it right down the line, there's no one behind you, and then you're like feeling good, you got the game-winning goal right there, and then you go like this and you drop the ball at the 2-yard line because you're overhyped. And it's counted as a fumble, and then the other team picks it up and runs it to the other end zone and wins the game.
Yeah. It's okay, Reaper.
Goodbye.
Oh my god.
We'll be right back.